Well, just when the Bucks thought they had one of their first positive signs in literally months, a 112-95 destruction of the reigning champion Denver Nuggets. It appears that result was nothing more than a mirage, which evaporated quickly amid the heat when Miami visited town literally just one day after that Nuggets game. And the Heat are the last team the Bucks likely want to be seeing, as there is still, no doubt, some PTSD percolating around any sight of those jerseys following last season's debacle in the playoffs, when a serious back injury in Game 1 caused Giannis to miss nearly 3 full games of the series. A series which was also highlighted by some extremely questionable decisions by head coach Mike Budenholzer, who was promptly relieved of his position as head coach in the aftermath of the shocking Bucks collapse in the first round as the #1 overall seed in the NBA playoffs. And it was that loss that started this whole ball of poo rolling downhill.
Diddly poo.
As the Bucks would puzzlingly hire Adrian Griffin to replace Budenholzer, only to fire him 7 months later and replace him with the legendary playoff choke artist himself, Doc Rivers.
That is ridiculously bad. It really is.
Who has presided over an absolutely historic amount of catastrophic playoff collapses, as he holds the all-time record for most blown 3-1 leads, most home Game 7 losses, and most potential series clinching games lost.
What a hell of a coaching job.
Needless to say, this guy does a lot of losing in the playoffs, but he is typically a pretty good regular season coach.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that would not appear to be the case currently, as the Bucks are now just 3-6 since announcing Doc's hiring following an absolutely dreadful showing against the Heat. A Heat team, mind you, that came to town as 8-point underdogs and without Terry Rozier or Jimmy Butler in the lineup. That did not stop the Bucks from dropping a hot, steamy load in their collective pants.
It's a complete crap.
And getting obliterated in this game by a final of 123-97.
What a hell of a coaching job.
Seriously, what is the NBA record for most coaches fired in a single season?
That is ridiculously bad. It really is.
But in all fairness to Doc, the Dame Lillard deal is also looking like another massive loser of a move by the Bucks front office, as they replaced Drew Holiday in the offseason, who was named first-team All-NBA defense last year, for Dame. And while Lillard has somehow been named a starter in the All-Star game, bear in mind so did this guy, but it is apparently never Dame time for Lillard to play any kind of defense, as he has been outright reprehensible at that end this season. He is currently posting a 119 net defensive rating for the year, which is not only heinous ass,
It's garbage.
but should also come as no surprise whatsoever, seeing as how he was in the 120s the last 2 seasons. The 119 rating, meanwhile, for this year ranks him at 393rd in the NBA currently. And the Bucks' overall defense accordingly has suffered, as they were rated as the 12th, 6th, and 4th best total defenses the last 3 years, while they are currently just 19th this season. And of course, Giannis himself will likely be getting some undue residual shrapnel in his general direction, as NBA hot takers on both mass media soapboxes and those rats lurking in every crevice of the various social media cesspools will take aim on the inevitable looming playoff collapse in the Bucks' very near future.
But this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
But keep this in mind. Drew Holiday, who was easily the best Bucks player other than Giannis the last 2 seasons, is now in Boston. Just 2 short years ago, the Celtics went to the NBA Finals, but only after Giannis took them 7 in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And just last year, the Bucks had the best record in the entire league with Holiday as the second option. Currently, Drew Holiday is the 5th leading scorer on the Boston Celtics. That dude was Giannis's top guy. Yet Antetokounmpo just kept his head down and kept grinding, without whining and begging for additional help or slithering his way with his talents to some other city.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
This very season, Giannis is dropping a historical line of 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists on 61% shooting while posting a plus 17.9 on-off differential, which means the Bucks are 18 points better per 100 possessions with Giannis on the floor as opposed to him off.
With me, without me. With me, without me.
To put this number in some kind of perspective, this season, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at plus 10.5. Kawhi Leonard is at plus 10.1, while Luka Doncic is at plus 5.8, and Jason Tatum is only at plus 1.4 currently. In the only season ever that saw a unanimous MVP selection in NBA history, Steph Curry posted a plus 13.6. There is not much more Antetokounmpo can be doing, and while I would never advocate for a player to cut bait and abandon their franchise in this putrid era of player empowerment, but if there could ever a case be made of a franchise's criminal destruction of their star player's career, this is it. While it remains to be seen if Giannis will play his entire career in a Bucks uniform or not, it is pretty damn obvious he won't be playing many games in this year's playoffs, as this most recent game served as yet another reminder of the Bucks' stark and embarrassing reality.